Today I fucked up. 20M. Accidentally pushed girlfriend, 18F, over in supermarket. We was shopping and just playing about together, we kept tripping each other over and pushing each other jokingly. But at one point I fully pushed her over, I'm not sure if she slipped or I just pushed her too hard. I can only imagine how embarrassing it was for her. Everyone kept asking if she was okay. Probably thinking she was with an abusive boyfriend. She was in an abusive relationship in the past and I can't help but feel a lot like him. Embarrassing her like that in public is the worst thing I've ever done. I've said sorry a lot since we got back but can imagine that doesn't really help. She's been okay with me but has mentioned that her hip hurts and I just feel awful. I haven't even looked her in the eyes since we got back. We were supposed to go out for food but ended up staying in. I just can't help but feel like this has changed her view on me. Too long did not read. Pushed girlfriend over in busy supermarket, feel like her abusive ex. Update. After some flowers and some food, we spoke and she was completely fine about it. Said she was obviously embarrassed about it and that she got her feet messed up. I'm sure she's only saying this to make me feel better. Lol, she's too sweet for me. And things are all good. For the future I just need to be aware of the size difference and be gentle. Thanks for everyone's help. Folded hands, much appreciated. It happens. You didn't mean it and if you apologized I am sure she understood. Don't beat yourself up for a simple accident. Since you couldn't go out for food, maybe cook her a meal and have a night in together? Or if it's possible make her a little care pack with her favorite snacks, flowers, arnica. Something to help her hip or something from her hobbies. The real today I fucked up here is not making eye contact since. Show her you care and help take things at her place. Good luck, man. It's not a big deal. You guys were both horsing around. That type of result is what you risk when horsing around. You apologized and your girlfriend knows you weren't trying to hurt her. There's a reason context matters so much along with intent. Don't beat yourself up over this. You did literally nothing wrong. Sometimes you can make no mistakes and still end up feeling like you did. That's just how life goes sometimes. When I was in college, I took up fencing and my girlfriend was also a fencer. As a result of fencing, her arms and thighs would get bruised. When someone would inquire about the bruises, she enjoyed telling people I was responsible for them and then explained about the fencing. She said she had a hard time convincing the OBGYN that she wasn't in an abusive relationship. Do you think the abuser felt as bad when he hurt her? Now, guilt does not excuse abusive behavior, of course. Let's get that straight. But do you think that was abusive behavior? It sounds to me like horseplay gone wrong. These things happen. If you're significantly bigger and stronger, you need to learn to be more gentle, etc. However, the important opinion is hers. If she says she's fine with you, you should listen. Today I fucked up by putting bleach in my toilet. So earlier today I decided I needed to clean my toilet. It had been a while since I had. So I went and got the bottle of bleach from the cupboard and put it in the toilet and used the brush to clean. Sounds normal. When I was done I realized I needed to poop. I had completely forgotten that there was bleach in the toilet and sat down to do my thing. If anyone's ever heard of Poseidon's kiss, it's when the water splashes up and hits your nether regions when the poop hits the water. Not fun. Unfortunately that is what happened here, the only difference being my toilet was filled with bleach. So I now have bleach all up in areas you really don't want bleach. Some wiping and washing and tingling later, now I just feel like an idiot. Hope this story isn't too vulgar for this sub. Too long did not read. Poseidon's kiss with bleach water. There are a lot of people that pay money for asshole bleaching, and here you are complaining about it. Bleach taint and glue taint from that other post should get together and start a support group. Hope you are on town water. You do not want to put bleach into a septic system. Saw the title and thought you accidentally mustard gassed yourself. Avoid Poseidon's kiss by laying a layer of toilet paper on the surface of the water. Be glad you didn't have to pee, cause that would have created mustard gas in your toilet. Today I fucked up by telling a coworker my pay rate. Too long did not read. My coworker has been with the company for 2 years, makes 1/4 of what I make for the same job, same title, same duties, same workload, and I started last week. She's pissed. Anyway, she and I are pretty decent friends, like, she's a funky lesbian that likes guns and my dog, and I'm just a dude that also likes titties and guns and my dog. So, we made fast friends and she's into the same nerd shit as me. Hence why we work a similar job. I say this so that when I say she was at my house early this morning, it's not met with a billion comments about any possible sexual tension or whatever. It was 2 a.m., she was in my house. We were several drinks into a hangout. Our girlfriends were talking about the housing market, we started talking about work. She says my house is nice for a dude that works at, insert satanic corporation. And I joke, lightly, it's not bad for $75,000 a year. Her eyes sunk into a sorta disgusted, kinda pissed look. She asked me if I have 2 jobs or invest. I said I invest but it's all for retirement or emergencies. She asked me if I make that money at our job. I do. She said she makes $20K a year or a little more if there's a bonus one quarter. It became awkwardly silent between us. It was noticeable because our girlfriends made a comment about it. She asked me if I went to college, got a degree. I didn't, she did. She asked if I have experience, I don't. She basically did the Clark Griswold from Christmas Vacation. Cursed every manager, exclaimed hatred for every client. I genuinely feel equally upset about the situation, because fair is fair, right? She said she's gonna address it Monday. Edits. 1. I think the policy was that my position used to get untaxed bonuses each quarter and we have a certain service that is almost 90% profit and we get to take home all of it. But the policy changed because it's cheaper and easier to pay a flat rate going forward than to calculate somebody's worth when bonus checks need auditing. 2. We build automated labor machines. I wanted to avoid discussing my job but okay, here's your description. 3. If you have to question a story on Reddit to the point you're upset or angry, reconsider your life choices and pick up any hobby that isn't being a gargantuan dickwart. 4. She was making, with the bonuses, $40–45K a year. You didn't fuck up, you did her a favor. No fuck up here. Employers love to tell people that it is illegal to tell people you pay, but it isn't. And I would be mad too. Man, I hope she does. Address is. I wish there was a lot more transparency in discussing and knowing how much your coworkers around you are making. This one time I was comparing my hourly wage with me coworker, who has the same job as me, and her, and I found out that she made more than me even though I had been there longer and was the ones to train her in. I got called out by management that it's frowned upon to discuss wages amongst ourselves. I was shamed and made to feel bad for bringing it up, but nevertheless I got the bump up in my wage. The point is though that people shouldn't be shamed for discussing how much money they make, especially if it's in the same job title, career. Basically, you did not fucked up the relationship between the two, but you did fuck up the relationship between her and the satanic thing, also did her a huge favor. She has the right to know the differences. She will say thank you at the end, if she is a reasonable person. This is more of a till rather than TIFU, and the latter belongs to your company. She got a degree and accepted a $20K per year job? What? That is $85 per day. Struggling to believe this. Today I fucked up by burning 2 small holes into my face in an attempt to beautify myself. Obligatory. The very beginning of this fiasco happened about 10 days ago, but I'm now seeing the full effects of my stupidity and thus compelled to share. So I'm a dude and I have a dark mole on my forehead, or at least what I thought was a dark mole. So after doing some heavy research on the interwebs, I discovered that, based on the texture, this mole could actually be a wart. Ew and WTF. I had been semi-okay with the idea of living with a small mole on my forehead, but once I found out that it could be a wart, I felt like the Elephant Man's secret ugly brother that no one knew about. It was now my mission to get rid of this grotesque attachment on my face. Of course, I could pay a dermatologist to get rid of it, but what am I made of money? Nah. I was gonna DIY this mofo. I began my quest by applying apple vinegar using a cotton ball. The home remedy for facial warts video I found on the ever-trustworthy YouTube said there might be some stinging, so I applied just a little bit of apple vinegar the first time and dabbed my little uninvited guest with the cotton ball ever so gently. By the second day, I was soaking that fucking cotton ball and taping it to my face for as long as it would stay on. All it did though, from what I could tell, was dry the hell out of the area, but I could tell my parasite wouldn't be leaving its residence so easily. So it was time to get serious. I went to a local pharmacy, I'm overseas, looking for something like Compound W for the face, to no avail. But I did manage to find this product from a brand called Wartner. Maybe they have it in the US, but I'm not sure. It's a little canister that's supposed to freeze the wart. So I excitedly bought it and couldn't wait to try it. At home, I quickly skimmed over the instructions. Basically, the canister is supposed to freeze this little sponge thing and then you press the sponge thing onto the wart. Okay, fine. I tried it 3 times over the next couple of days and it actually caused the area to turn white for a little while, and then the wart kind of dried up and removed a top layer, only to reveal a fresh new mold-looking wart in all its glory underneath. Alright, no fucking around anymore. I went to a different pharmacy and found this product called wart-free. Fucking A. I wanna be wart-free, so this seemed like a match made in heaven. This product was a liquid in a pen type of applicator that dispensed something I assumed was like salicylic acid. This time, the instructions explicitly said, not for use on face. But I'm like, yeah, don't worry, I'll be super careful. Plus the good folks over at Wart-Free didn't know what kind of trouble I had already gone through with my stubborn freeloader, so I made an executive decision to override their warning. So basically Wart-Free is a thick clear liquid, almost like superglue, and the way the applicator works makes you feel like you're dealing with hydrochloric acid or something, for good reason I'd later find out. I carefully applied the smallest of dots right on top of the wart, and after about 2 seconds, I feel this burning sensation as if someone had concentrated 1,000 suns and put it right on my wart. I instantly noped out and wiped the millidroplet away and rinsed it with water. At that point, I was like, nope, this isn't gonna work. But the next day, I watched another video about how people give up too easily on trying to remove their warts from home-administered products because of the pain, and they end up going to see a specialist. So it was like I was re-energized, resolute. I said to myself, okay, you got this. Don't be afraid of the pain. It's just the treatment doing its work. I tried it again and just put a dot of that stuff in the same place, and left it. It fucking burned, but I gritted my teeth and stayed the course. After a few minutes the pain started to subside, and the spot turned white. Interesting. That wasn't so bad. Fuck this wart. I guess now that I knew I could tolerate the pain, I might as well try it on a little skin-colored bump that was also on my face. I know, I'm gross. That I thought might be a verruca or keratosis pilaris, my YouTube dermatology license coming soon. Same thing, put a dot of the acid on, feel the burn and let it turn white. After a little while the whiteness disappeared on both spots and things looked kind of normal. Fucking alright? So now that I tested it out, I knew I could keep going with this bad boy. Well, the direction said to apply 1 to 2 times a day. To a wart on your foot or other non-sensitive body part, that is. So the next day, I waited to apply my beloved wart-free before sleeping. Of course this time I was a little more generous with the portion of potion and I left it on my face overnight. Over the next few days, the top few layers where the liquid acid had touched basically had burned away and literally left 2 perfectly round divots on my face with just wound-colored flesh in the craters. What the fuck? This is by no means an improvement over what my face had looked like before. It's been about 5 days since I first applied this molten mixture and it's just a cratered scab at this point. I honestly don't know how it will look when all is said and done, and I'm not even sure the wart is gone for good. At least the flesh-colored bump doesn't protrude outward anymore because it's now concave, so there's that. Too long did not read. I put wart remover that wasn't made for the face, on my face, and now I have 2 round divots on my face which I'm praying will somehow fill in and not leave scars. Go to the dermatologist. This had me laughing so hard. I'm sorry you've gone through this. But maybe you can make up a cool story about the scars? No one else has to know about this. This is why you go to a dermatologist, to make sure things are what you think they are. I feel like this post epitomizes the entire culture of FK expertise. I can learn what they did in 15 million on YT. Go see a dermo. Could you take a picture of the scar? I'm really interested how it actually looks. FYI, I had something cut off my nose and forehead. The dermatologist used a scalpel. It also left a divot that took a week or 2 to heal. Sounds about the same to me.